What's up, guys? I'm here with the TP3 analog build. Finally, it's been a while, huh? I gotta apologize to you guys. I know I've been, late to making this video, but my allergies has just been acting up crazy. It's springtime. There's a whole lot of pollen out, so again, I apologize. And I must say thanks to all of you guys who subscribe, who comment, who like and share the video. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your continued support. And so this is a TP3 frame from Kebab FPV, and I'm telling you, I've taken a liking to this style or this size of quad lately, and I'm gonna tell you why later on in the video. But this I'm running, just to give you like a rundown of the specs. This I'm running the 1303 5500 kV motors on this. I'm running a GEP RC Taker F4 version 2.2, a very old AIO in this thing here. The camera is a Caddx Ant. It's a 200 milliwatt VTX, Diamond VTX from Happy Model. Yeah, I think I got that right, Happy Model. And running a 550 milliamp hours 3S batteries on this. The props, I know you guys, I've gotten a couple comments and questions about this type of prop. It's called Floppy Proppy. I'm not sure who makes it. I think it's Gemfam. I might be wrong, but I think it's Gemfam who makes these. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment. And I got this from a very good friend of mine. Big up Tyrone. He gave me a whole box. Believe it or not, he gave me a whole box of these things. So I have props for these. And they're very good. Initially I thought I wouldn't like these because they're so different, but I've been banging these things out, and they're still holding strong. I mean, as you can see, they're kind of beat up right now, so they're due for a change. So we're gonna do that and go fly this thing and see how good it flies. So let's go. So before I go fly this thing, guys, let me just touch briefly on the reason why I've become so fond of the toothpick class of drones. I'm gonna be straight, plain and straight. It's just cheaper. You feel me? It's just plain and straight. It's just cheaper to build, it's cheaper to maintain, and it's cheaper to repair. And I know we can all agree that we're living in some really serious times now where things are just ridiculously expensive. Especially drone parts, and with all the tariffs and all that, it's just becoming increasingly expensive to replace parts on our drones when we crash. And as FPV pilots, we all crash. Like, I don't care how good you are, how conservatively you crash. We all crash. And we all need to replace parts on our drones. Parts get worn, parts get destroyed, so we all have to replace parts on our drones. And when it comes to that time to replace parts, it's just expensive to get stuff. Some stuff you can't even get. Let's just be call a spade a spade. Some stuff you just can't even get. And this is my 5-inch. And don't get me wrong, I will never trade anything for my 5-inch. Like, the speed and agility and the weight that you get with this thing, you just can't really replicate it one for one with a tiny drone like this. And you can carry a lot more weight on this. As you can see, the VTX in this is a O3. So there's a lot of pros to flying a 5-inch. But like right now, I just basically fly for fun. 90% of the time I fly for fun. Unless I'm doing like something specific, like a job or something that needs the speed or needs me to that requires me to carry a GoPro or something, then I'll use this. I'll use a 5-inch, or I'll use a 3.5, or I'll use whatever. I'll use a 7-inch, whatever the case may be. But for just everyday flying, park flying, bro, you can't beat this thing. The next thing is the weight and the sound. You can take this thing anywhere. You can take this thing anywhere, and it doesn't alarm or doesn't bring that much attention across as it would a 5-inch. It's just plain and straight. You start this thing up, everybody looking in your direction. Everybody. This thing, they'll probably only notice it if it flies close by them, and they're like, hey, what's that? But this is not that much of an attention grabber as a 5-inch. With this specific frame, what I like is the fact that you have replaceable arms. That's a big win for me. You know, because I love the smaller all-in-one frames, like the, what do you call it, the Newbie Drone Savage Bee frame. I like that frame. That frame is pretty light. That's what I run on my 04 build. Or just your typical Crux 3 frame. Those are all-in-one. But let's face it, you break an arm on that thing, you just broke a frame. There's no replacing of an arm. You have to change the whole entire frame. You have to take the stock apart, take your camera apart, take your canopy apart, and replace it. For this, there it is. A screw right there. Boom, you pop an arm out, you pop another arm in, and you're good to go. And the last video I spoke about this frame, the TP3 frame, and how hard it is to come by. This is a pack, this is a bag, this is just my bag of replacement parts of the TP3, and I have probably 3 or 4 different sets of frames in here. Why I have so much? I'm gonna tell you. So this frame is very hard to come by. Like, it comes about once in a while, it comes available, and as soon as it becomes available, boom, it's out of stock. Like within 2-3 days, I'm not even kidding you. So as soon as you see it available, you have to just snap it up. That's just the fact of it. You have to just snap it up. So I put a notification that it will remind me whenever it comes available. And as soon as it comes available, I buy a pack or I buy 2 packs, you know, and I set them down. And that's how I do it with this, because I really like this frame and I know I'm going to crash a lot. And I would rather pay probably $20 for a pack of this with 5 arms in it than to pay probably $15 plus shipping for an arm for a 5-inch. I don't know. That's just me. Everybody's different, but that's just me. So another reason why I love this size of quad is just the fact that it's so much easier to pull off different maneuvers or different tricks because of the size. Because you get this thing through a gap so easily, you know, versus this. You know, see the difference? Like, you could send this through a gap way easier than you could send a 5-inch. So for me, I find myself really pulling off using this to pull off like different kind of stunts, different kind of moves. And yeah, that's a big win for me. But yeah, guys, you know, that's enough blubbering from me. Let's see how this thing flies. The ground's alive. Hear the rhythm call your name. Every heartbeat sparks a flame. Sunrise on the floor. We don't need more. Move until we're lost. Leave it at the door. Sunrise on the floor. This is what we're for. This is what we're for. This is what we're for. Waves guys, one thing I must mention, if you guys do plan on picking up this frame, it doesn't come with a conventional battery strap. It comes with a little rubber band. That it's not that durable, in my opinion. If you're gonna freestyle and you're gonna crash a lot, it's not that durable. The frame, however, is really durable. Like, I've been crashing this thing for the past couple weeks. Even today, I've had a couple crashes today, and the frame is still stiff. Yeah, there's no flex in the frame. No arms broke, no motors broke. The only thing is just the props. They're a little scuffed up, which happens with props. You know, props are replaceable. But other than that, the frame is really sturdy. The frame is really strong. It took a lot of hits today, but it just kept getting up and flying. You know what I mean? So my recommendation is, if you get in this frame, do get a battery strap. Your regular conventional battery strap. It's kind of a pain to get it in there, I believe. But it's doable. But yeah, these body rubber bands aren't that durable. So yeah.
And there you guys have it. A TP3 analog build. Let me know how you guys liked it or didn't like it. Like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment sections below. Also, let me know what you guys want to see next. I do have the Avatar 360 here, so let me know if that interests you guys. If you want to see how it flies with the FPV controller 3 versus the motion controller. There are some caveats with either or, whichever one you choose. So let me know if you guys want to see that. Until then, guys, stay high.